Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's acrylic painting tutorial, I will show you how to paint a super easy acrylic ocean. This has very minimal details, so it is perfect for beginners to dive right in. We will also be using only 3 colors for this entire painting, so grab your paints and let's begin. For this entire painting, we will only be using 3 colors. So here we have phthalo blue, Payne's gray, and white. Now if you don't happen to have phthalo blue, you can use another blue that you have, but as long as you've got the gray and the white, you should still get the same effect. For the brushes, we have 2 flat brushes and 1 round brush. I also will be using a gel medium, which basically extends the color without changing it. It also provides for more texture and also helps to not dry out acrylic paints as much. It really is great. Again, all of this will be listed in the description, so feel free to check them out. Okay, before we begin, I just wanted to quickly show you what these little waves or ripples in the ocean look like. So you first stretch it out and hit a tiny peak, and then stretch it back down again. So think of these as stretched out mountains that sometimes connects to the next. This may not make a lot of sense now, but you will understand it more once we begin the painting process. And of course, the waves closest to the horizon will be smaller since they are further away. Okay, so we're going to start with a beautiful gradient starting from the lightest color on the top. Like mentioned, I'm only going to be using phthalo blue, white, and gray for this entire painting. So using a lot of white and just a tiny dab of blue, start from the very top and work your way down a little less than halfway. Here I'm pulling out an acrylic gel medium to help thicken up the paint without changing its color. I'm going to be listing all of these, everything that I use in the description below, so you can check that out. Okay, now slowly add in a little more blue with each additional layer as you make your way down. And to blend the colors in between, you want to lightly run your brush back and forth in between those 2 colors that you need blending. For the last layer at the bottom, I add in a tiny smudge of Payne's gray to this mixture to deepen the color a bit. Okay, then moving right into the next step, I'm adding a bit more of that gray and creating long and short strokes and blending it slightly. So think of these as flattened out mountain shapes. Also, a quick reminder, if you do try this painting out and you would want to share this with me, I would love to see it. So the link to my private Facebook group is mentioned and linked in the description down below. So come on over and join. I would love to see it. Now I'm bringing in some of that white so that we can get a more muted color, and then add some tiny strokes at the horizon, which will give you that far away distant feel. So the whole idea behind this painting was to have the sky and the ocean blend in. You know how sometimes when you look at the sea and it does not really have a strong horizon line? I love that, and it gives it like a really nice misty vibe and looks gorgeous. So that is why the blending of the sky in the very first step is very important to be able to get that outlook. Alright, so now I'm defining in some of those ripples to the ocean a bit more by adding in gray, blue, and just a tiny bit of white. Again, feel free to look at a reference photo for this section. I think that can be quite helpful too. I describe this best as stretched out mountains that connect to the next one. Not all of them have to connect, but some can. Also reference back to the quick sketch we went over in the beginning as well. That is exactly what I'm doing here. And as you go further away, more towards the horizon, keep your strokes small and possibly a little bit more faint. I will be adding in some of the white to the horizon in a bit because, like I said, that is further away, so it should be more distant, hence the color should be more light. Now I'm adding in more of that muted tone again, and you can do that by adding in some more white to the mixture we already have and filling in a few strokes in places. And then after that we're going to go directly with white to give it some few highlights. Alright, and there we have it, guys. I really hope you all enjoyed this simple painting tutorial. I hope you give this a go, and if you do try this, be sure to share this with me in my private Facebook group, which is listed in the description down below. And like always, if you enjoyed this painting, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for future art videos. I do upload every single week. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you next week. Bye, guys.